On Whirlpool presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout powered by Dell. We're looking ahead to the game between the Mumbai Indians and the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Joining me shortly, Deep Dasgupta and Ian Bishop. Right, gentlemen, you know the drill. Here come the 5 preview statements. The first one, Aaron Finch's form is a worry for Bangalore. Bish?
It definitely is. Aaron hasn't, and he's so important to that team. When you've got KOHLI, you've got Villiers, he adds that next big dynamic of a match winner with the bat. And he's not striking big runs, and he's not striking it at any great pace. So it is a concern, and Royal Challengers Bangalore need to find out now if Aaron Finch is worth it if they qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the thing, Deep. Now, do you stick with this team or do you change it? And they've also brought in Moeen Ali in the 11. Can you use him as an opener and still find a place for Finch?
Yeah, why not? Why not use Moeen as an opener? But with Finch, my concern is a little deeper. It's not just about him not scoring runs, but how is he looking as well? He's looking very uncomfortable. I mean, it seems like at this point in time, he's in a little bit of a mess. I'm more about how a batsman is looking, because if he's playing well, runs will happen. That's a byproduct of doing well, the process. But my concern is his process is not right at this point in time.
All right, let's go to our next point. Assuming Rohit Sharma, of course, remains sidelined with injury, we're saying that Kieron Pollard should look to bat above Saurabh Tiwari. Bish?
No. Ordinarily, I would say yes. I want to see. I've said it before. I want to see how Kieron Pollard can go at the top of the innings, because I think he'll do a good job of it. But when you've got Saurabh Tiwari and he's a specialist batsman in your team, he's not an all-rounder. Kieron Pollard is an all-rounder. Yes, you've got 3 left-handers coming in one after the other if Rohit isn't there. But if the qualities are such, he's already played a couple of cameos this season prior to the last game. So I think Pollard is quite good where he is, whether it's 5 or 6.
Deep?
Well, I'd say they have the luxury of going with a left-right combination. So my thing is, if there is a left-hander or rather a right-hander gets out, then I guess you send him. Pollard has that ability to play the middle overs as well. He's more rounded as a batsman now. So why not? If you have that luxury, use it. Use that left-right combination.
All right, let's go to our next point. Now, in light of that last defeat for Bangalore against Chennai, Deep, we're saying that RCB perhaps need Virat Kohli to bat with a bit more freedom. Thoughts?
Well, it's difficult to say that. I mean, because when you look at Virat, he bats the way he assesses the game, right? In a different way, in his own way. If you have ABD there and you want ABD to be free, then the others have to play around him. And I think looking at that RCB batting unit, their game plan is it's kind of around ABD and the way ABD bats. But I think it's also about the whole team game plan, because you have some of those guys who are match winners apart from Virat, like ABD Villiers and even Moeen for that matter.
Yeah, like that last game, Bish, was a rare one where both AB and Kohli went at that 100-odd strike rate and Chennai ended up chasing it rather easily. Does it give you the impression perhaps that Kohli can choose to go harder a little bit earlier?
I believe that he has that game in him, that game that he can tear apart an opposition. I think it's coming. I hope it's coming. My easy solution to this is that I'm not going to be a dog with a bone. But let him, if he's going to bat at that pace, man, just open the batting. Open the batting, get yourself in, bat through the innings, you'll reach your gear and your tempo automatically. So that's a left field. I don't know if it's left field. It's just another option.
Solves 2 problems with 1. Yep, tempting. Let's see if they change it up this close to the playoffs. Let's go to our next statement. We're saying, Bish, that Bumrah v AB could decide this contest. We do go back to that reverse fixture in Dubai.
No, I think these 2 teams are better than that to let that be the solitary battle. I think you've got Trent Boult, you've got Pattinson, you've got a number of bowlers in that team, that Mumbai team, that can change the course of a match. And then you've got to be able to look at Virat Kohli and say he can change it. If Moeen Ali plays, Moeen Ali can change the context of the match. So there are too many match winners to just narrow in on 2 people.
I guess our reason for this point, Deep, is it seems like it leads the tactical battle between these two teams. Bumrah is often kept back for AB, therefore doesn't end up bowling as much at the top. Be very curious to see how KIERON Pollard uses him, but could that be a crucial matchup, Bumrah versus Villiers?
It is, and it is a mouth-watering one as well. You're talking about one of the best bowlers against one of the best batsmen going around in world cricket. So yes, it's a proper and a mouth-watering matchup, and I'm also would second what Bish mentioned. The reason why RCB has done so well, because at least this year RCB is not about ABD and Virat anymore. It's about Finch, Padikkal, Chris Morris, Yuzi Chahal. So there are a lot more players involved.
A final statement. Now, Gurkirat Singh hasn't done much wrong, Deep, but we're saying that RCB should consider Shivam Dube in place of him. Hasn't played since the last 3 games.
Yeah, and listen, Gurkirat, given the limited opportunities that he's had to bat, he's done all right. Listen, Shivam Dube with his, I don't think Virat will look at him as somebody who will bowl 2 overs every game. So if that's not what you're looking at, then yeah, I think Gurkirat hasn't done anything wrong to kind of miss out on that playing 11. Yeah.
It's that luxury position that Dhoni sometimes talks about, isn't it, Bish? You can afford to play someone and maybe he won't have much of a role. But when called upon, who fits this RCB's balance better? Shivam Dube as a left-hand batsman and all-rounder, or Gurkirat Man, of course, can bat up and down the order and can handball a little handy off-spin as well.
I'm going to go right now with Gurkirat Man. One, because he hasn't done anything to be dropped and he played that crucial innings with ABD to win that game at Dubai. The other thing is that even though he may not get to play a big role, just given the fact that they've invested in him and he can play when he's ready, it gives the confidence to the guys above him to play freely. And that's what that extra player sometimes is all about, just to give confidence up top. Hey, you go and play your normal game. If anything happens, you've got insurance down the back end.
All right. It's a big game for both teams, looking to bounce back and just secure playoff spots after losing on the weekend. Many thanks to Ian Bishop and Deep Dasgupta for looking ahead to this game between Bangalore and Mumbai on Whirlpool Presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Dell.